Let's go.
Did I ask you about Lucy? You said you didn't watch.
What did she say about me?
Did I ask you about Lucy? You said you didn't watch it, but you just... Oops. Hey guys, it's back here. Where am I? I'm back. Hey, happy. What is it again? What day are we on? Oh, it's Monday. Happy Monday. Oh my God, we were doing Sister Wives. So yes, I was just live with Q doing Sister Wives. I am now Tia Christopher. This is the Who's Side You On podcast. This is Monday, and this is Rhony edition of Who's Side You On, episode 3, and it is the season, obviously, it's the new season with the new Rhony, I should say, which I freaking love, and I was never going to watch until me and Dallin started doing it. So I also on Saturdays you'll see a new episode of the podcast through. I go with them over the Salty Housewives podcast, and we collab to do this episode, all these episodes. So this Saturday we'll be back because he was on vacation. That is from TikTok. I got it. Or no, not TikTok. I got it from, I don't know, I made it on the CapCut or something. Yeah, I think it was a TikTok thing now. But, I know I got it from, I made it with CapCut. But, yeah, thanks. But, yeah, so, I like this I like this franchise. I'm trying to get my notes to stand up, but I won't stand up. Sorry. I gotta stop touching them. Yeah, so I like this episode. I like this season. I like this whole cast. And I said this before, we don't like new people. You know what I mean? Like, you don't go here. Anything they say, we're like, you don't care because you don't even go here. But we've gotten used to them now. And I think they've been able to make friendships, form friendships, and that's what we need, because obviously what happened, they get very toxic towards year 6 or year 7. And like Heather McDonald says, there should be some kind of time limit that you have to go on year 5. Because then you start acting like, you start acting like Tamrat. Like you think that you own the place and you absolutely do not. I know we're talking about Rhony, but let me just make a comment about Alexis Bellino and her stupid excuses, her and Tamara. Her and Tamara have the balls to say that Shannon is the only one that got that text from Alexis in 2018 that she lied about. And she's like, I didn't even know how I got Shannon's number, deflecting. It's like, Alexis, and guess what? Guess where that bitch was on BravoCon? The October after BravoCon, or the October of BravoCon. Was it 22 or 23? 22. She went to rehab, Alexis. How dare you disparage Shannon and talk about her alcoholism and all that shit and do what you did, extort her for money when you, my friend, were in rehab. And you know why? Because at Andy's award show, you acted like an asshole. We either thought you were drunk and wasted. You weren't with John yet. It was right before she got with John. Remember the Bravo award show? And she acted like real retarded, stupid. I'm sorry, I hate that word. She was acting very dumb. She's been acting like that. We don't know who Alexis Bellino is. But the fact that she was in rehab and Shannon I don't know if Shannon knows and kept that to herself. I've been putting it out there, so I hope somebody grabbed onto it. But Dana had found that out. But isn't that nuts? How dare her? But anyway, so Rhony, we're at Sag Harbor, which is Erin's house, which I freaking love. She's getting ready for all the women to come. So this is their girls' trip, I guess. Or their cast trip. So, I guess Sag Harbor. I don't even know where that is. I guess it's in New York, right? Sag Harbor. But she's getting her whole house done. But literally, she said that she was just getting everything installed. But so we have Erin, we have Uba coming with Sai. And so Uba and Sai are in the car together, right? And they're in the car ride. So they're driving to Sag Harbor. They're arguing about the stupid temperature of the vehicle, about the car, about the seat being hot. And then Uba's talking to Sai about her boyfriend Oliver, how he wants her to move in. And she's like, I don't want to. He gave me a wall to paint. I don't know what that means. Is she an artist or something? Why does she need a wall to paint? I was like, oh, okay, well, who cares? He gave you a wall. What's the matter with that? I don't know if it's for her to paint, or is she an artist or something? Maybe she's an artist. I don't know. But she's stressing about it. I don't know why. And then we have, I guess, they took a helicopter there, chopper. And I don't know, chopper, they kept saying they were in the chopper. But it was Erin was greeting Jessel, Brendan, Rebecca. And Rebecca said that she can't handle her booze anymore. And she literally was passed out in the car. I don't know. But anyway, on the way there, basically, Raquel says she gets car sick. And Raquel was going to drive with them. She says she gets crazy car sick. And I guess Uba and Sai said they were going to give up the front seat. And then I guess Raquel never never text back or something. So there was like this miscommunication. So this is all this beginning stuff, right? Something about the front seat. And Rachel thought that she was being dismissed by them and she drove her own car. Anyway, it's a stupid argument. Something about getting car. All these women say they get car sick and they have to sit in the front. Everybody's car sick, they get in the front. Don't read in the car then. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It was a stupid game of telephone, basically. But so now Sai's mad at Raquel. So there's that issue right there. And we're not even like 2 minutes in. And Sai also brings up the receipts. Sai's like, I have text messages that say that we will give up the front seat or something like that. Something about Dramamine and the front seat. And I wish I could get this. Oh, I can get it to stay right there. Okay, cool. Though I'm not looking down. I'm like looking over a little bit. Because I realized the other day, I'm like looking all the way down, watching when I was reading my notes for the other show. But, yeah. So, what are you guys talking about? High reality. Thank you for being here. And Terry, I don't know where my mirror went. Hello Instagram. Why aren't you guys on here? Instagram's really behind. Hey. So yeah, hopefully people see that we're live. But so anyway, so Jenna rolls up in her $300,000 Mercedes or Bentley. And again, I called her cheap. So who calls her cheap? I call her fucking cheap. I call her Jenna fucking broke. She's Jenna fucking Lyons. She's Jenna fucking broke. But she still has not paid Aaron for fucking Uber. And they joke about it. And I don't think it's funny. I think it's strange. Why are you not paying for your own Uber? That's very weird to me. Like, again, I'm still on the Uber thing. I'm just all about Jenna. I mean, I guess she's not broke. She just bought that car. So I don't know. Like Jenny pulls up and Bryn's like, nothing's good. I'm mad. I don't know. Bryn's mad because she asked Uber to like make up with Sai, and then which is like fine. Like she's like, but I don't know. Bryn just seems to have like a bug up her ass. This is getting on my nerves. She has like a bug up her ass, I think. I don't know. But well, meanwhile, like, so they're all at Sag Harbor. They're all at Aaron's house. This is the trip, right? But Raquel's like something like, she's like, I don't know, lines were crossed. Like they got confused. Like everybody talk about the arguments they're having about the car and all that shit. So this is the beginning of the show. But I don't know. All of a sudden, like Bryn and Uber are talking, but thank God Bryn apologizes right off at the top. But Sai's like not feeling it. But see, before she could even, it is weird. That's what I said. And where did she go for that much money? Uber rides for that much money. I can go all the way up to freaking the city, New York City, for less than that. So it's pretty far. Like, I don't know if it was like, she had to go all the way home. But like, why are they joking about it? Oh, Jenna doesn't know how to pay people's Uber back. Just give her the goddamn money, please, Jenna. Please just hand her the money. Like, I'm about to give her the goddamn money. You know what I mean? No, why should I pay for an Uber? But like, and again, why don't you have your own credit card? Like, even if you had the money, if you have money, you should have your own card and you should be able to get an Uber for yourself. Somebody that rich that can buy a $200,000 Bentley, it has to go somewhere for $300, literally should know how to get there and back. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Where was your credit card? Why didn't you have a debit card? Or why didn't you have a cash card? Why didn't you have anything? And why didn't you pay her back? Maybe that night was a bad night, right? But at least pay it back. Because Aaron's like, yeah, we're so rich. I don't even need Jenna to pay me back. Like, I really think Aaron wants her money. And not because she needs it, because it's not cool. It's just weird. I don't know. But anyway, so back to Bryn and Sai. So basically, Sai's mad because Bryn starts to apologize first before Sai gets to explain to her what's wrong. But it's like, Bryn already, she's like, I'm apologizing for whatever it is that got you upset. And it's like, Sai's like, basically like, I'm pissed off. You told Jenna that I hate her. Bryn's like, Jenna. Here comes Jenna. Jenna's like, yeah, because Jenna's like all laid back and don't give a shit. And Sai's like, you pointed out that Bryn told me that Jenna, or, you told me that Jenna hates me. And then Jenna's like, not backpedaling, but Jenna's just like, yeah, well, like you did say that. And, she did say to her a lot of other things. There's a lot of other things that people have told me that make me think that. So I don't know. This is a stupid argument. I don't know why Sai is supposedly in treatment or not supposed to be going through like all this anger shit, but she is literally losing her mind. Like she won't accept Bryn's apology. She won't accept that it was a misspoke or something, or I don't know. It's just all weird, Oh, that is far. Okay. Well, it would be, okay, maybe it would be 30. But everyone wants her back. Like, yeah, I would want my money back. It's just fucking strange. Oh, I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. Listen, I don't have $300 to hand somebody. You know what I mean? Even if I did, I don't think I should pay your $300 Uber bill. You're not my kid. You know what I mean? And you're just my castmate. You're my person I work with. And somebody who's like a public figure, it's a big deal not to pay somebody's not to pay somebody back. You know what I mean? And like nobody's going, what's wrong with, like, I would be talking about her money situation too. and watch what happens live. They fucking ask Erin, and she's like, no. I'm like, why not? Somebody please. Is she Jenna fucking broke? Like, maybe she financed this Mercedes or this Bentley because her other one broke down, and maybe she has not cash on her. Like, maybe she's asset rich. I don't fucking know. Maybe she has good credit, and she's like, because she's getting this job as a housewife, so now she can afford it. But it's like weird. Like, not everybody has, or not everybody wants to pay for your life. You know what I mean? Pay for your damn life. It's just weird. I don't know. And again, if you're going that far, you shouldn't be able to get yourself there and back. You know what I mean? Like, I know that her car broke down, but it's, again, you should have a credit card then. Anyway, who am I to talk? But I'm just saying, I find it strange. And this whole argument about Jenna said that Jenna hates you or whatever, or Jenna said this, Brynn hates Sai, whatever, man. Sai's annoying. I would hate Sai sometimes. Before she went into her treatment thing and, like, got help for her anger issues. Yeah, I just feel like that whole argument's stupid. But Sai doesn't let this thing go at fucking all. But in the confessional, she's like, calls Jen an old lady. She's like, she can't remember anything. And she's like, you know, she likes, Brynn said that she likes to stir the pot, but I don't know. I mean, she said that she spread the rumor that Sai hated Jenna. But anyway, Sai claims that Brynn wants to do is stick a pacifier in my mouth and just like me be, or just like shut me up or something. She's taking Brynn coming up with the apology first. Like, if Brynn didn't apologize first, she would have had a problem with it. You know what I mean? No matter how Brynn apologized for this, telling Jenna she hated her, it wasn't going to work. Sai didn't want this apology. She just didn't. Like, and this is not what she learned in therapy. This is not what you learn in therapy. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's trying to stick a pacifier in your mouth and shut you up. They're just trying to be respectful and apologize when that's what you're supposed to be doing, apologizing to each other. She was literally she was bribed to make up with you, if you really want to be honest. You know what I mean? She really didn't want to just have this whole conversation against Sai, but she did it anyway because Erin wants to have a good weekend. But, you know, and it's not because Jenna's old. Jenna just doesn't want to literally deal with all this crap. Like, I do feel like Jenna's probably the most adult. Jenna and Erin are the most adult out of all of them, you know? Finally, Jessel's there. I forgot all about Jessel. I forgot about her last week. I did. But anyway, at the moment, Brynn hugs Sai, which I thought was cute. Like, Brynn did walk in and hug her. But, you know, like, Erin definitely points out that Jenna gets in the middle of everybody's problems, which I don't think that's true. I can't see that happening. But I don't know. Brynn's like, it's going to be a long weekend. And she gives Sai a hug. It appears at the moment that they're friends. But anyway, Erin comes out and they said this, like, they're getting ready to go to bed or whatever. Or I'm like, it was either before dinner or bed before dinner. And literally Erin comes out with gifts, but they're pajamas and lingerie. And I don't know, she gets Jessel a Christmas tree costume, but I guess that was last year's thing. But this is before dinner. But anyway, so they all get ready for dinner. And when they come out and like get ready because they're going out, literally Jessel's wearing nothing. But she looks hot, but she's wearing absolutely nothing. It looked like it was less than the J-Lo green J-Lo dress. You know what I mean? And everybody's commenting about it. She looks hot. Everybody comments about it, but do you, girl? So basically, Raquel, what's her name? She said that in the 90s, she was a model who was married. And she was married to a man, had a home in West Hampton Beach. And basically, she got into the art world. And she was saying how hard it was to sell, you know, being a Black woman, it was hard to sell art back then. And she just loves, like, she's really into, she created her own, like, space, her own gallery. Like, she collected her own art and started her own gallery. And had, you know, basically now people go to her for galleries to sell their art. You know what I mean? So basically, like, a woman and a Black woman in the art world, they said nobody pays attention to you. So she's come a long way. She was telling that story, which I thought was awesome. Then literally, so then we have Mel pulls up. Like, she said that her and Mel are engaged, and she got engaged on the bike at literally like some kind of like charity thing, which I thought was cool. She said that she had a ring on. Her ring is like a costume jewelry, but it's like expensive costume jewelry. But it's definitely her. Like, I could see that. But anyway, so she was just saying, like, you know, she fell in love with a guy in New York, but you know, they just literally both left their husbands for women. But I don't like when Becca talks about losing her virginity at 16 because her parents made a deal with her that this is weird. Like, if she didn't do drugs, they would put her on birth control. And she was only 16, which I That was strange, right? I don't think anybody really asked for that information. It's weird. I don't know. My parents said if I don't do drugs, they'll let me have sex. I don't know. Maybe they're just cool parents. Not even cool, just like, why don't you just bribe your kids to not do it at all? Why don't you give them $1,000 or something? It's weird, right? Like, why don't you say, I'll pay for your college, or like, I'll buy you a car? I don't know. It spilled all over me. Like, why that? That's weird. You know what I mean? Like, why would you? I get a napkin. Like, why? I don't know. I find that very strange. I just really do. Creepy, a little bit, kind of creepy. And just I just find that strange. There are a lot of strange conversations. You know, there's a lot of strange conversations going, especially over at Sister Wives too, Cody and his goddamn effing. I don't know. Everybody's like, I'm just like, why are people talking? This is information that we don't really care about. Yeah, I agree. Very, very, very fucking weird. Yeah, that too. She's like, I still have the bed. Why? So you literally went on birth control and said, I'm going to go lose my virginity. And it was like this big old, I wonder if the whole family knew. And, you know, let's romanticize the bed and keep. Was it a family affair? Like, were they all in the know when you have, like, you know what I mean? I didn't tell my mom for fucking years. And I was young, but they sure as hell weren't coming. They weren't coming to me going, if you don't do that. Anyway, so basically, this is all, you know, needless information. But at the end of the night, we got Jessa, Uben, Aaron in the kitchen. And basically, like I said, Sai feels that Bryn dismisses her. All Bryn was trying to do was apologize to get through the goddamn conversation. So it didn't have to go on and on and on and on and on and on like it is, you know? But basically, it's like, it was like Sai feels like Bryn dismisses her. And, you know, so things are not all patched up, which is stupid. And I just don't know why Sai feels like nobody listens to her feelings. And I say the same stuff too, though. I guess. Or like I'm saying, like, why not just say don't do any of it? How about not do any of it? You know what I mean? Why was that the bribe? Why was that the bribe? Like, it's not like your kid has to do these things. You know, it's not like every kid go, oh well, you know, you have to choose two of them. Like, no, like I don't understand. And I just feel weird about it. Weird about knowing the information. I feel just as weird as I feel about Nona's pajamas. But it gets weirder because then all of a sudden Uba feels like she doesn't want to open up in front of anybody because they're pigeons. Yep. They're all pigeons. Twisting things and behaving like pigeons and not knowing where their homes are. And I thought pigeons knew where their homes were. You know what I mean? Pigeons. And I think a few times, I think Bryn tried to tell her not to use that reference. Please don't call us pigeons. She's not really, what is it? Carrier pigeons know where they're supposed to be. She should have said carrier pigeons. That would have sounded less toxic or less dirty. I don't know. But anyway, so Bryn shares that she feels good that her things are better with Sal, but it's not. Uba makes it clear that things are not okay. Whatever. Bryn thought they had a breakthrough, but it's not. They should have had a breakthrough because Sai should have learned in therapy that you need to just accept people's apologies. You don't have to like it. And if they don't do anything about it afterwards, then you never have to accept it again. But like, don't drag it the fuck out. Nobody wants to keep hearing about it. It's over. At least in my eyes, like if you and I have a conversation, and this is how we end it, and that's what you think, that's on you. Now that your feelings are really none of my business after that. Like if you're insecure and you think that things are fucked up between us, that's on you. You go over there and you deal with that and you let me know because we've already figured this out. You said what you said. I say what I said. We can agree to disagree or agree, whatever. But just for the sake of the fucking group, she was supposed to just goddamn apologize, and Bryn tried. But anyway, she doesn't brush her off. Bryn was just, you know, anyway. So Bryn's like in there. She's like, she starts to get heated. And she literally claims that everyone should be thankful that she's being cool, letting things fly. But Uba's like, this is not your fight. Uba's annoyed that Bryn's acting like a victim. And it's no, this is her fight because Sai's the one who's literally going after her. Bryn acts like the victim. She's not the victim. She's not acting like a victim. Uba, she's not acting like a victim. Anyway, so they all go to sleep in the night. Then, well, the next morning, Aaron and Bryn talk about how this whole stupid game of telephone has to stop. And they're all talking about all this stuff over breakfast. And it's like, it's the game. This is not that serious, but thank God it's cotton candy drama and it's conflict resolution because we're getting through it. I forgot I had Instagram open. Hey guys, anybody over here? Nope. Anybody on over here? Oop. Yeah. So it's honestly, I don't know. So basically, Britain's literally like admits that everything's getting twisted, and she hears everybody talking, and Uba's like trying to explain that everybody has carrier pigeons because no, they're pigeons because they don't have the right address, which is makes no sense because pigeons do find the right. But anyway, she promises she's going to train these pigeons, and I don't know whatever that means. But so basically, Uba tells Sai or states that Sai is not there because she leaves because she's tired of being used as a pawn, which I'm so fucking confused. And Uba dismisses the communication, dislikes the miscommunication within the group. Everybody tries to figure it out, but then other people drag it out, you know? But basically, Bryn's like the issue exists because people are using spokespeople and not talking for themselves. And that's a dig at Uba and Sai. But Uba goes off and tells Bryn how to literally go fuck yourself or shut the fuck up and irks Bryn because Bryn believes that you can't fight without Bryn believes you can fight without cursing. Bryn's like, calm down, everyone. Like, you don't have to curse. And Uba's like, fucking bitch, shut the fuck up. Anyway, but Uba doesn't trust Bryn, and I don't know why, but she says Bryn's messy. And I don't know. It's basically Bryn's outing Uba's relationship last season. I guess she said she claimed that Bryn was condescending. Uba claimed last year that Bryn was condescending to her. And she again tells everybody that they're pigeons. Again, I keep hearing pigeons. And then pineapple. But in the middle of this, everybody's like kind of screaming. So they kind of make a bigger scene out of nothing. You got Bryn's half on the couch with her legs spread, which is strange. She sits in weird positions, Bryn. But I'm not mad at Bryn's kind of staying calm. But everybody's screaming, right? And all in the middle of everybody like yelling and telling everybody to shut the fuck up. Uba yells pineapple. Or no, was it Sai? Hold on. Who says pineapple? Sai. People are top pineapple. And actually, it worked because everybody shut up. Everybody started talking about, is that her safe word or something? Everybody was confused. But basically, like, Bryn leaves. Like, after the blow up with Uba, she leaves. Erin takes Uba's side. This is after pineapple. And everybody kind of just was like, pigeons and pineapples. I was like, yeah, see, like, remember how, like, same thing with Miami. Like, we could get through an episode and get over everything and be fine, you know? And then we kind of we were starting to, like, let them slide and let them go, like, maybe a whole half a season without figuring out the shit. And then we kind of let Teresa, we spoiled Jersey, and we let them go seasons without figuring it out, without making them, you know what I mean? We're not doing that anymore. Like, I really do believe when Heather McDonald says it, at a certain point in time, they should literally be cut the fuck off. Like, you only have a 5-year run on the show. I'll let the younger girls come in, you know what I mean? And because then the drama is not that serious, you know what I mean? You don't have years and years, and after 5 years, you don't have years and years of built up toxicity where you have to fight with each other because that's your job. And, like, I get mad at Tamara, but, like, think about it. Tamara, you got to go into that show knowing that nobody's your friend there, including Tamara. But it is how you're going to work with somebody like that is that messy. You know what I mean? We're not for, like, outing people their taxes, outing people to the FBI. Like, we're not there for that anymore, Teresa. We don't care about people's past. They've, especially the people that have, like, turned their life around. You know what I mean? So, like, this is what we need. Like, this stuff, like, where they're fighting and somebody else pineapple and everybody's fine. Imagine if somebody yelled pineapple and Teresa in all their fights. If somebody would literally take up the pineapple and hit them with it. You know what I mean? Like, I would punch in the face if I'm screaming at somebody, yell pineapple. Actually, I don't know if I would. But I mean, I'm like, this is what we need, because after a certain amount of years, they have to be toxic to each other. And then they have to fight. And then they don't want to get to the point where they don't hang out with each other anymore. Because look at fucking Salt Lake. Do you ever think these bitches are going to hang out with each other anymore? They're not all. They all now know that there's a mole in the group again. So it's like, we have to keep this light and cotton candy drama. And I'm glad that that Down has made me start watching this and recap with him, because I enjoy it. I was excited for it because we're excited to do a recap or collab. And then I watched one episode and I was like, oh, I can deal with this. I mean, I listened to the recaps of them last year, so I knew kind of what was going on. I knew there wasn't any major fight, something about glasses or something. Somebody's glasses were hidden, but who cares, right? Like, it was good. Like I said, cotton candy drama. It's like conflict resolution where we're not dragging it out episode after episode. But before we're on episode 18 and we're like, we don't even know you. You've been here 18 episodes and all you've done is this. You know what I mean? So I've been watching the Instagram, like with Alexis and the after show with Alexis and Shannon, how her and Tamara are lying about the messages, saying Shannon's the only one that got them text messages, but it was addressed to Shannon and Tamara from Alexis about her and her and Jim suing. Even though they were separated for 6 months, she still, oh, I did it for him, but you said we. You know what I mean? This is the shit. Like we like, who lied to these people? Like, we don't want to see the shit that you've been showing us. Like, Alexis just came in so hot. Like, this is another thing. Why aren't they paying attention to us, the demographic, the people that are talking about it, what they're saying, what the people talking to them are saying, like you guys are saying? What do you think? What are your opinions? What parts of these housewives do we like? Alexis could have did a lot of homework instead of going to rehab and being a hypocrite. She could have done a lot of homework and figured out we don't want to hear. Nobody asked about John Jansen. Nobody cares about his reputation, whether it's good or bad. This man's out of his mind. Nobody cared after he left Shannon. All we care is that Shannon gets help. And then when Bravo hired her arch enemy and her ex-boyfriend to be there, and then he doesn't want to send an NDA or sign a non-disparagement thing, and he won't take the money, and he tries to extort her. He wants us to think he's a nice guy. Alexis wants us to think he's a nice guy. Again, why do you care what we think about John Jansen? Why do we care about John Jansen? Who the fuck is John Jansen? And we don't really care about Alexis because all she did was talk about John Jansen. I know more about Jim Bellino. I keep saying this. I know more about Jim from his lives than I do about her. And I've only seen this man like 4 or 5 times. You know what I mean? She was a mess on that friggin' stage when she was, I didn't even pay attention to her, but somebody had pointed it out and I was like, oh, that's when she went to rehab. Oh, that makes sense. Look at her. I could pull the information up if you guys want. But I know this isn't OC or like Salt Lake, but I mean, there's so much Salt Lake drama going on right now, and there's so much tea. Like, Rhony's cool, but the messy shit's going on over on like with like Dana and Adam and all. I haven't figured out yet exactly what happened. I'm lost now at what happened. It's like, you're not going to out the person Dana's not going to out the person that told her, but she's trying to tell us who told her. But Adam knows somehow. But how did Adam know? And why did they refer to it as being Lisa? And I feel like Adam and Dana should not be talking. I feel like Adam should have just shut his mouth and stayed out of it and let Dana get the credit, whether they were going to use her name or not. I feel like now I'm pissed that they didn't, and that they let Adam, and they didn't even give Adam a credit. Like, they didn't even say Up and Adam podcast or what's his name? What is it? Adam Up and Adam. Yeah. Like, you didn't even say like Adam the podcaster or put up his thing or like give him anything. She's like my friend, the podcaster, my friend Adam. Yeah, he was back in the day, but he talks about all that now. Like, he just talks about how he's changed, and I mean, you know, people change, and he should. I mean, he was trying, but I mean, look, Alexis also. Well, you know, he said that's his biggest failure was his marriage, so I think he learned his lesson. I think that not that he wanted to stay with Alexis, but as a husband, you know. Yeah, I mean, I was wrong. He wasn't dating Elizabeth Vargas. He got mad. He got really mad about that. I don't know who said that, but I read it as they were dating, as an exclusive that they were dating. And I don't know if she said it and he said, no, we're not, or something. But they were definitely together somewhere. They had like a business meeting. He didn't know who she was, allegedly. And I thought that was funny. It was kind of sad, but funny. But I can't believe she's out there acting. And like, Shannon has vowed. I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like she now has a drinking problem. It seems like it's under control. The one that seems like that has a drinking problem is Tamara. You know what I mean? And Alexis went to rehab. So how dare you? You were literally suffering at the same time Shannon was, and you were going to try to disparage her for that, because that's all you did was call her an alcoholic and talk about how horrible she was and what she did. Like, you guys ruined Shannon's reputation. You know what I mean? Like, you're worried about John's reputation, but why were you willing to ruin Shannon's? You know what I mean? Like, you literally were trying not sign something so you could talk shit on her or keep her in line. Like, she's not your dog. Like, she doesn't have to be in line. You don't have to keep anybody in line. You have literally ruined her reputation. So I think she should get defamation. I think she literally should sue. I know, 3,500. That was it. Look how much money. Look how many, and the storyline would have made more sense, because I don't know how Adam's involved. I really think it should be between Dana, Whitney, and the person that told Dana. Or I don't know I don't know where Dana got it from. I think Dana said it was her information, and the person went right to her. Them three people, you know what I mean? And did you happen to see who she said it was? I was in Patreon, but it still seemed like a riddle to me. I honestly think that Heather is the one who's going behind Whitney's back and talking about her stuff, because Whitney said, one of her partners said to Whitney, would who like is it has to be one of your friends? So she's like, it's got to be somebody in your group. And it's like, why would it be somebody in her group unless somebody in her group knew something was wrong with her stuff? So like basically admitting, to me, it's like an admittance when you say, well, who do you know that told on you? Because somebody told you, was there something to tell? So yeah, the stuff is from Alibaba. If it's from Alibaba or anywhere else, we know it's only $3.99 and she's selling it for 45 or like 90 or using the same stock stuff. So it's like, she definitely was using the same pictures. And I don't know if she could have taken her own pictures. You don't have to. I mean, you could probably Google that piece of jewelry. Maybe a lot of people use that same picture. But I'm sorry. You tell me that it's crystalline infused with your special Whitney powers. I don't want your cheap, greedy, infused stuff. You know what I mean? Like your greed infused necklace and bracelet and all that, whatever the hell it is. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pay $49 for you to infuse it with greed. Because again, it's also like an Tamara drinks, so she's on the spectrum. That's what she said. I mean, that's her. Her dad. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm on Instagram. Tamara drinks because she's. Is that what she said? I know that she definitely is. Listen, there's something wrong with me as well, but I'm not going to blame all my bad behavior or my addiction on that. I mean, maybe down the line, if somebody ever said to me, yeah, like I would go for 2 years, I would get all these testing. I'm not going to just say I have that. I'm on the spectrum. Oh, and then that's because I drank too. I mean, that's why I drank. Tamara was, and I think she was more on just that. And this isn't just my opinion. At that dinner at Katie's house, there was more than just alcohol. I just think there was more than alcohol. Who gets it? She wasn't just drunk. We've seen Tamara drunk. She's messy. She's sloppy. This Tamara was like trying to speak. Like her words weren't there. Her words were not forming in her head. To me, that's pills. You know what I mean? And I feel like these old toxic pillhead winos that we have created that go psycho. She's pulling like Elisa Rinna. Remember when Elisa Rinna, remember how crazy she went when she knew she was losing us as the fans and the viewers and stuff? She was losing it. Yeah, exactly. Leslie Storm. She definitely lies. And it's like, who the fuck treats their friend like that? Who treats Shannon? Like, listen, if you don't like Shannon, fine, but you were supposed to be her best friend. When I realized that they were doing the race to Tracy McGoos again, I'm like, why would Shannon and Jen too? Jen knew, and I think definitely Shannon knows that Tamara's not her friend or ever was her friend. But how do you call yourself somebody's best friend? Like all these women are saying to Tamara, well, you're her best friend, you love her. Why are you being so cruel? They're literally questioning it too. Like, why are you treating her like this? Everybody's like, why is Tamara doing this to Shannon? Why do you hate her so much? And you can't just say that it's for the producers, because the producers are telling you to go after Heather, to be honest with you. Tamara's got to stick everybody, and then she goes after Jen, who's her friend. And Jen is literally meeting Tamara, and this is the problem. We have to stop meeting people where they're at, because when you meet people where they're at now, they fuck you over. Look what happens when you do that. You know what I mean? We got to now just rise above these fucking people. I do. I think she's desperate. She's definitely. Yes, she's doing a Lisa Rinna. Remember, Lisa started arguing with people online because people were calling her out for this kind of stuff that she's saying and doing, this crazy whacked out shit. Oh, I'm evil. I don't have empathy because I'm on the spectrum. The doctor said she possibly could be. They said it to me too. There's probably a lot of people that possibly could be, but she comes on the show, and the way that her and Teddy announced it was set up. It was premeditated, so it wasn't like she just said it. She literally had this whole thing planned out with Teddy. Oh, Teddy, guess what? What, Tam? I have to tell you something. Tam, what? I went to the doctor. Tamara, what? What, Tam? Just say it. And I'm like, that's not. Well, Dr. Sam on the spectrum. It's like, okay, yeah, Tamara. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like, what are you on? You know what? I didn't think of that. Her facelift. She could still be on pain pills. Maybe she got addicted. I know. What did she see? I love Jen though. Oh, I said Eddie can't stand. I know Eddie can't stand her. Remember he said he can't stand Ryan either. And it's like Eddie and Jed were supposedly good friends, but the fact that literally, like, he had to shut his wife up and tell him not to give her any more alcohol, that is like the slappiness of it all. And then know that you're on camera and to sit at a dinner and say you saw somebody's asshole. You know what I mean? You're not in your right mind. You don't say dumb shit like that. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see her naked. I don't want to see them naked. They got naked at the room whenever at Shanna's birthday in London. Again, it's not fun to see you 60 years old and taking your clothes off and like sliding everywhere, showing your boobs, looking at people's buttholes. Why do you want to say that? So she says that word a lot, and I feel like it's just, I don't know. And it's like, Eddie, what are you doing, sir? Like, I love the fact that Jem was like, I know I'm supposed to be talking about Rhony, but we did already. Rhony's conflict resolution. We're good there. Like, we don't have to be all like about it. I don't have to bitch about it. But I got to bitch about fucking OC because I just can't believe. And then to sit there in the confessional and say, I didn't know why I had Shannon's number. This is Alexis. Oh, well, I don't know why I had Shannon's number. It's like, Alexis, roll it back again. Are you drinking or on drugs? Because she did leave rehab. She did leave after 3 days, by the way. Whoever forced her to go, she didn't stay very long. She's there for 3 days. So basically, she's like, oh, getting called out for being a liar pants, swearing to God, show me proof. So Shannon, show me proof that I was involved in a lawsuit. Well, here you go. Here you go, liar pants. Here's the proof, liar pants. Oh, I don't know how I got Shannon's number. Who cares? That's not what you're asking. That's not the point. Back it up, bitch. We're talking about how you said that you didn't send this message, and you did. And you called Shannon a liar for saying it. And then Tamara's like, oh, I didn't get the message. Tamara, shut the fuck up. That is not the mother. Yes, she did, because she addressed it to both of you. How dare you? Like, Tamara is still going so hard to take Shannon down. Why? The producers might be telling you to do this, but we don't care what the producers want. It's what we care about. We're going to keep you fucking relevant, bitch. Remember this. We keep all of you relevant between seasons. The viewers and the fucking social media and us talking about it. We do. We keep you relevant. And if you act like an asshole and call and then like literally guess like just 10 out of us and go after people, like nobody wants to hang out with you on the show, it makes it not easy for us to watch because you're not doing things with people and nobody wants to be around you. And then the producers have to make you fight by coming up with stupid games. Oh, let's play a game, guys, because we're all drinking. And then the producers are trying to go home and then we got no content. Oh, let's put something in a bowl and say, who hates who first? It's like, can somebody give me why hasn't Bravo put out a Housewives game yet? Unless they have, because you know how many games they've played at these dinners because they had to force them to fight and get, drink and give them content so they can go to fuck home. Because listen, it's like, we're getting good stuff with Uba and like Bran and Sai, but it's again, nobody's like ruining somebody of the other person's life. You know what I mean? They're not saying things that are ruining people's lives. They're not calling people alcoholics and like defaming them. And it's like, Tamara, again, did you not pay attention to what happened with Jersey? We've said this since day one. 13 years ago, it was barely cute. But it's definitely not cute now to be a mean girl. Especially when it's fake. And then Gina and Emily, what are you doing with your noses? What happened? Please get your noses back. You need to put your noses back on. I mean, come on. The nose jobs are fucking horrible. And the blunt haircut, Gina, you look, I don't know, but it just doesn't look right. The nose jobs do not look right. Emily's face looks awful. And she's not awful, different. Not her. To me, I get a lot of work done on my face. I'm not going to say that don't get work done on your face. I do it a lot. I feel like you need to do it the right, though. Like, your face, I definitely want a smaller nose. I'm trying to get my Botox to make it look smaller. But I'm not going to get a nose job. But again, Gina, your face is, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just got that. Remember I said that thing that happens with your jaw? Where the teeth come out protruding or your jawline comes out from Ozempic. I don't know. It's been in like studies. It's called Ozempic face. I thought I made that up. I thought I made Ozempic face up. I thought I did, but it's a real thing. And where and Sharon Osbourne has it. Sharon Osbourne, and so does Erica. And they all breathe weird in their. I can't. I fucking can't. Oh my God. And Gina does it. And I'm like, what in the world is happening? Your face looks different. And look, I'm going to be on Ozempic and I'm going to lose the 30 pounds. That's it. But like, I at least my face is full. You know what I mean? I'll get my teeth. I'm missing some teeth back there. I'll get them back in that way. So when I didn't ruin my face, my Botox and all. I don't know. But we were doing Sister Wives earlier, and I decided stupidly to read a personal message from somebody, which was the wrong thing to do. But I was like, I gotta go live, and then I'll take care of it. Or I'll deal with it or process it or something. Yeah. Yeah, that was Rhony. Sorry, guys. I'm being all quiet. All right, I'm gonna go before I start blabbing. Blah, blah. This is Rhony, though. All right. Let me go over here and see, because I love when people talk over here. Hey, Leslie, let me see. Okay, I like this question. Do I think that? All right. Do I think their marriage? I think that Alexis. All right. So I think that Eddie and Tamara. I think that they were in love in the beginning. And I just feel like they're not. I don't think there's anything serious going wrong with their marriage. Her and I just think it's a marriage right now. You have convenience, and how she claims they make more than 16 million a month selling weed, and that's what Eddie does. He's a drug dealer all day long, which is fine. I smoke weed. I need it. Good for you. Thank you for your service. But at this point, I don't know. Tamara's weird. The fact that she thinks she's telling everybody she makes more than 16 million a month. Eddie made more than 16 million a month, or made more than you did last month. I remember that. She was all over that guy. Remember how she was all over him? She was crawling on him. And we were commenting. We hadn't seen her in years. We're like, oh, who's this? Alexis. We remember Alexis. Nothing. We were all talking about how she was crawling all over that guy. Some baseball player. And I asked Jim Bellino if she loses her alimony if she gets married, and they said, yeah. So to me, I think she really loves John Jansen, but I think Alexis has some issues. And I don't think Tamara's well, and I don't think Alexis is well at all, because she was acting weird on the stage at the BravoCon thing, at the award show. She went to rehab after that. Somebody forced her to go, probably the courts, but she left early, allegedly. I'm going to find out, definitely. I think it's definite, but I have to say alleged. But for you to go after Shannon for having a drinking problem and making a fool of herself, and you're going to expose it, by the way, which was exposed anyway, because we saw video footage of it. But apparently Alexis was forced to go to rehab too, drug and alcohol rehab, not a Jack Taylor rehab. You know what I mean? But I mean, I do not. Gina can't win because she just doesn't want to. Gina just figured, she just really does. But she deserves to get drugged for her style. But back to Alexis real quick. Vanivia made money, is he? Vanivia, who's Vanivia? We're not talking about Vanivia. You're getting our toxicity confused. So basically, what Tamara said was that Eddie, he looked at Ryan and said, Eddie made more last month than you stole from Otani, blah, blah, blah. Like, which was 16 million. And that wasn't stolen. It was some kind of misunderstanding with Ryan. But Tamara, to say that out loud, it's like, oh, but does the IRS know? Because I don't think the IRS knows you make 16 million a month. More than 16 million, she says. More than he sold. So it was allegedly 16 million or more than was in his account. So she says that's Ryan. So it's okay. Well, let's see. Does the IRS know that? And why are you still here? If your husband's making 16 million, if you're making that much on your weed business, why are you on the show? Just go. You're not wanted here. You and your little dog Teddy refuse to be fired. Literally, both of them. And it's like, Tamara's going to be one of them that refuses to be fired. Why do I something's wrong with me. I keep spilling it on myself. But she refuses to be fired, her and Teddy. And I mean, yeah, maybe she worked for the first, no, she didn't even work the first year she came back, because that's when she went after Jen, right? Or Erin or Heather, or I don't know. The thing is, they have to, because the showrunners are convinced that we want to see that. Instead of bringing people in with their own bag of shit like Monica, and not having them to have to create storylines when they have their own, is what we want. We don't want the showrunners to lie. When we know about the lie, we know it's a lie. We know that Monica was Von Teese. We know that Bravo knew she was Von Teese. We know that Heather knew she was Von Teese. The timelines, receipts, and all was awful. Bryn, Jen, and I are secret nuts. Well, they should be. Jen is fucking broke. Jenna fucking Lyons is Jenna fucking broke. I believe it. I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, like, honestly, like, I like the cotton candy drama over there. You know what I mean? And I was just saying how, like, we're losing OC because of it's been on for so long, and they've turned into a bunch of bitter Bettys, you know, they have to go after each other. But then they bring in the young people like Gina. Gina's ruining it. She's already being an asshole and already has a fucked up nose job. And she's already acting like she's Miss fucking Beverly Hills. But then as soon as she's around somebody from New York, do you hear Gina's accent? Gina goes right back to her New York. It's like, you don't even sound like that. You don't even sound like that at any time, you know? So why do you sound like that now? It's insane. What does she have? I know. But why are you not paying for your fucking Uber? It's so annoying to me. If you don't have money problems, pay the Uber, please. Because it bothers me that she didn't pay it. It bothers me that Erin doesn't want it back. Why don't you want it back? It's weird. Ask her for her money or money back, Erin, please. You know? I would feel odd being around my friend, and especially if somebody on Watch What Happens Live had pointed it out, you know? Like if Andy's like, did you pay her back? And she's like, no. It's like, wait a minute. What do you mean you haven't paid her back yet? That's fucking Jenna. Why are you not paying people back, please? Maybe you are having money problems. That's all I said. That's all I feel. I feel like there's something wrong. Like, you know, no, Venivia. Is that what it's called? They're called what? Venivia. That's what it's called? I didn't know that. They call it Venivia? That is weird. Is it CBD? It's got to be weed now. Please tell me it's weed now. CBD is a waste of time. Please tell me it's weed. They're not making $16 million off just CBD. I know they saw weed. Oh my God. Remember when, I'm just remember when, so, all right. So we have literally, I just feel like, thank God for Rhony, because I like the conflict resolution. I'm here for it. And this will be the first week that we'll be back doing the episode, just the podcast side with them over at Salty Housewives podcast. And there's so much stuff to talk about. This week with OC, and we have Salt Lake, and then what else? Today's Rhony. Oh, Potomac was good last night. I'm a little worried about it. I'm a little worried about Karen, guys. She's angry, and it's like, I don't know, Giselle, and I don't like Giselle. Now that Robin's not here, why is Giselle kissing everybody? Well, you got to know, Wendy, that this is fucking fake, right? You got, and who's Jamal dating, by the way? He's not dating Krishan Rock, right? For some reason, I thought he was dating Krishan Rock. Don't ask me why. No, she wanted to be single. I knew she wanted to be single. Anyway, he says that's what Tamara says it. You know what I mean? Why is she exactly? Why? Why are you such a fucking whore for fucking podcasts? You know what I mean? Like, why are you selling your ass and selling your soul for podcasts? I'm just kidding. That's our job, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you literally refuse to be fired. And obviously it's the relevance that they care about, but we don't think you're relevant. You might think you're relevant, but we don't like you. I can go the rest of my life with ever seeing Teresa if ever again on TV or in here or everywhere, anywhere. I could go the rest of my life and just never see her again. I'd be okay with that. You know? I could go the rest of my life and never see another toxic person in my life. It's like, why are you so, if you're making $60 million, what are you doing, sir? You know we don't want you here. We've called for your head 1,000,000 times, and now you're fired. It's like you refuse to be fired. And I don't know what Andy's doing. I think Andy, definitely Alexis was a flop this season. But I do like the fact that Rhony has I think the whole cast is good. But this girls trip is fine, but I need to know more. I need to know what's up with Abe. I don't believe he just sold her. I do believe he did that, but I think there's more to it. And I want to know why Jessel's husband, I still want to know why. I don't believe that you flew across the country for food. I really don't. World. For miles. I mean, take your family on vacation or something. I don't know. Everybody said that Jessel was pushing him away last season, and I didn't watch last season. But again, you're right. I didn't know it was called that. I didn't know it was called anything. And you're making $16 million a month. There's a lot of competition in California selling weed, right? I'm pretty sure large. I would think, because now we got people in every corner. We got smoke shops everywhere in Jersey, you know. So, and we have like the big places that were for like the medical place, and like that's basically, I go to the corner, but like a lot of people go right over to the medical place where I used to go too. So, I mean, I would order weed. I want to do shrooms. Anybody want to tell me where I can get shrooms from? I think I already asked Amir. Because I guess, I don't know if Jersey, the ones I'm seeing that says shrooms, dosing things. Like, I don't know. I want to know whatever. They're like, it's better than weed. I'm like, well, I'll try it. I don't know if it's legal in Jersey. A 1-2 microdose mushrooms. I'm like, I told George, like, you're telling me you wanted to go triple mushrooms? I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay, she's going to go triple mushroom. I'm like, babe, can you please find me mushrooms? He's like, no. I'm like, you do it for me. Do it with me. I smoke weed all day. You know what I mean? How much worse could it be than weed? I mean, not weed. I mean, they say it's calming. And I know that I don't know if I can order it from where Zach gets his because I don't know if it's legal here. I'm not sure. Anybody know? It's legal anywhere? Is it legal fucking anywhere? When people say, I might get shrooms, what are they talking about? I see them in little bottles of them at like the smoke shop, but I don't know if it's the real shit. People still don't believe me this is real weed. And people don't believe they can still buy real weed down the street. And it is absolutely real weed. I never in my life thought that day would come where it would be legal. I thought that was all a myth and it would never happen. Anyway, yeah. So that's that, guys, for a little bit of Rhony and some other stuff. Dana spilled a lot of stuff yesterday or on Sunday. And I don't know if it's anything I haven't told you guys yet about Salt Lake. It was Lisa, definitely, that spilled the beans about Whitney's business. But I don't know. I guess she fucking, I don't know. People saw the stock photos, so that was already out there. All Dana did was expose it. So the person that was brought it up really didn't it wasn't really one of her friends that went to Dana, or maybe it wasn't her friends that went to Dana. I don't know. Somebody had put it out there already, and then somebody went to Dana with the information. Okay, yeah. What is his? Why is he here? Why was he on the TV tonight? I know that he was there because he's there for the prom, but does he have a girlfriend? And it's not Krishan Rock, right? That's what I heard. But anyway, did you see his podcast too? He has a podcast. I know it's like he's there because he has a podcast now. And they give each other a hug, and it's like I thought that they were going to say they were dating, and we don't have the usual Giselle boyfriend that we usually have every season too. Did you notice that? So I'm like, oh no, is she going to say that she's dating Jamal again? But oh my God, I know. Oh no, why aren't you getting Botox and fillers? She's a pretty girl. She can't really afford to let her because she's skinny. You know what I mean? So she's going to look sunken in. We need Lisa to do that shit because, I mean, But I'm a little worried about Karen. Not that I want her to be in trouble for anything, but I want her to, she shouldn't have to talk to these women about this shit. But I'll talk about Potomac again on Wednesday. But I'm just chatting with you guys now because I feel like I said, we get a little bit with Rhony, but it's I don't have to sit there and bitch for the rest of the hour because there's nothing to bitch about. I can bitch about the normal shit. I found out Jennifer Aiden is definitely not coming back to Jersey. And all I know is that I think by the end of next summer, we should have a completely different vibe. And I think by Christmas, we might get a season of Jersey. We might be there by next year. And I definitely think that no Teresa. This is just my speculation. There's a couple new girls, no Teresa, and the girls that were there that other than Jen and Teresa. Just my speculation, just what I think. But nothing was put out there like that. It's just what I heard around here. Okay, yeah. Is that her? Cal? Yeah, was his best friend or something? Yeah. I don't. Yeah, we have to have Cal there now. Because it's like Robin wouldn't have any. I mean, Giselle's now. The hell she made up with Wendy. It makes me so mad. I really am mad at that. Because I hope Wendy knows. I guess Wendy's got to know. Because I mean, Wendy should still be cool with Candace, even though Candace isn't on the show. I would not be being cool with fucking Giselle. She really does. She does. It's a shame. She needs to get her super sweet 16 house together. Her fucking decor is like super sweet 16 from MTV. That's what it reminds me of. I'm waiting for the thing they used to put up there when I would go to commercial break. Oh, it gives me nostalgia. I watched that. I don't know why I watched that show for so long. Was Diddy's kids ever on there? Oh, should they? Remember how all the celebrities' kids were on that super sweet 16? Some of them were doing it just when they were 15, just because they could have a party. I wonder if Diddy's kids were ever on there. I didn't even get a good look at him, but my butterflies are what? Yeah, they're butterflies. Aren't they cool? I mean, oh wait, no, they aren't butterflies. Yeah, they are. I'm sorry, they are butterflies. They are butterflies. I could probably turn that light down a little bit. You can see better, but yeah, it's butterflies, and I love that color blue. Everybody hates this wallpaper, and I don't think it's ugly at all. I think it's cool. You know, once the house, I know I get the house done this year, but I think I'm going to do a lot of wallpaper around the house. I'm glad that I didn't start and finish everything or get all the walls done, because I think I'm going to put a lot of wallpaper up. A lot of wallpaper like that, like a different wallpaper, like color block, just different wallpaper that doesn't even match in each room. Like, obviously the room's going to match, but I think I'm going to go all the way out because I feel like it's coming back. And I found some fucking cool ass wall. I've changed it twice now because I'm obsessed with. I find it different. I really like. And then I saw for the one part of the living room, because I'm taking a wall out, so it's going to be all one big room, living room, dining room. That one big one, I think I'll put a mural on there, like a mural, wallpaper mural. I found a cool one, but I couldn't really do one behind me in here because you can't really see the whole entire wall. I could sit on the floor like a hippie. Me too. I used to. My grandma was like me. I have landscaped my entire outside, built everything out there, landscape. When I mean landscape, building everything, flower beds and all, George's and that. And I literally have painted my entire house myself. I've redone the inside myself, but not we're taking walls down and stuff this time, but and I need to know everything. So, but that is my goal for next year, to be done, have that done by next Christmas, the entire inside, because I want to get it all done and the way I want it. So I'm kind of glad I waited. And now I'm looking. I didn't know there's all these benefit programs and shit that I didn't know about, like anchor benefits. We never applied for this. It's apparently you get it every year. I didn't know about that. Me and George were like, really? Okay. So anyway, that's my goal. I need to start making money doing this. More money. I'm just kidding. I'm not being ungrateful. I love you guys. I'm grateful for what I get. If you know what I mean, I'm grateful for anything at this point, because I've been doing this for so long, because I love it. Because I love you guys. I show up because I love you. And that's all. I was getting paid in smiles and hugs and love. I was getting paid in smiles. Somebody asked me how much you get paid. I'm like, I don't know. How much are smiles? Well, it wasn't before. All right, guys. I'm starting to get high on camera. That's not good. I will talk to you on Wednesday. I'm going to go take care of my family. I'm going to see my sister, go to my parents' house. Man, I told you guys what happened, but I don't even want to. Yeah, it's getting worse. Could it have gotten worse? It's getting worse. The situation is getting worse. Oh, code red at the Clancy. Sorry, guys. I love you. I will see you on Wednesday. And thank you. I'll text you a little bit. Love y'all.